Today we will talk about load balancer. LB is a common gateway when we want to distribute traffic across the services. You can see in this diagram the user sending requests to different services. Those are target services, and the request will pass through LB. So LB will take that request and it it will forward to target services. So target service could be anything like cart, catalog, user, DB service, or payment. So LB has a capability based on request, it will send or forward or route a request to actual target service. There are two use cases mainly. One is we have multiple service running, and the second use case is we have multiple instance running of a single service. In this diagram, if the user is interacting with the card service, so there is a possibility there are multiple instances of card service running. So we want to consume or you want to utilize all the instance of card service because when we have a high traffic, then of course there will be multiple instance of card will be running. So load balancer will divide the traffic accordingly. So LB act as a middleman or middle server or gateway which will handle the traffic distribution very wisely. So what are the primary use cases? The first primary use case is request and traffic distribution. We can distribute n number of requests across all the services. It's very useful when you want to scale the services up to hundred or thousands number of instance. It will distribute the request load across all the instance. We can use for availability also. If the service is down, then it will not forward the request to down service. It will act as a security gateway because it's a first layer of security when the user hits your backend services. It can protect your services from the DDoS attack. We can implement authentication, authorization, and threshold on LB level so your service will not hampered. It will increase your service performance. Of course, when you are running multiple instance of service, then LB distribute traffic across all the instance uniformly. We can log and monitor request response whenever you want to do some audit or analysis. What are the type of LB? So there are two kind of LB, layer 4 and layer 7. Layer 4 is transport layer LB and the layer 7 is application layer LB. Transport layer generally manage TCP based traffic, TCP based data and connection, and application layer manages HTTP and HTTP based traffic and data. In general term, the layer 4 are network load balancer and application layer are ALB. ALB application layer load balancer. Load balancer use lot of algorithm internally to manage the traffic, to distribute traffic across the instance, across the services. So here are the common algorithm. For example, round robin, threshold, URL hashing, IP hashing. The round robin algorithm is it will distribute or send traffic one by one. So if we have a 10 instance of service, then it will send a request. First request will go to first instance, second request will go to second instance. So that way it will go one after another. Threshold meaning the request will be sent based on threshold. Some threshold you will set like 10%, 20%, 30%. Based on that, the traffic will routed. URL hashing, it will hash the request parameter, then route to the instance. Source hashing, source IP hashing is IP hashing. It's very similar to URL hashing. Consistent hashing, it's a ring of nodes where all the nodes in a ring, and it will create a hash and route to the particular node. Least time, route a request where we have a least response time. Least connection, route a request where we have a less number of connection established. Now talk about the providers. There are two kind of providers, or we can use ALB for production environment. The one way is you can go ahead and install LB application or server in your environment or in your cloud. For example, HA proxy, Nginx, and Envoy that you can download and you can install and orchestrate LB in your environment. And the second way is you can go with the cloud. You can use AWS, GCP, Azure, F5 Citrix. You can use. It has all the capability, so they will not disclose uh, the actual tech stack they have used. So they will give you a full end-to-end integration where you will just go to their platform and you will use their panel and configure all the parameter to route the traffic. So if you go to AWS environment, AWS cloud, so they are offering three types of ELB: classic, application, and network. Classic is a mix of HTTP and TCP traffic. Application dedicated for HTTP and HTTPS based traffic, and network dedicated to TCP traffic, right? So network load balancer is a transport layer. L4, and ALB and classic load balancer valid for layer 7. Same way, if we go to Google environment, GCP, they will also give you two option: application load balancer for HTTP, HTTPS, and network LB for TCP, UDP with SSL, right? For more detail, you can check their documentation. They have all the network topology and the use cases list down, type of load balancer, how to install it, what are the interfacing. It could be internal, it could be external. These kind of things you can check out.